south on this Thanksgiving Day, deep in the heart of Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where today we've got a good matchup, as good as we could ask for, as part of the John Madden Thanksgiving celebration, the Chiefs and the Cowboys on EA Sports. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
There's no rest to my shut it down. Whenever I get your money up, and leave what I got.
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. Play fake. Here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Cowboys had 7-4 on the year. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now a handoff to Blue running left side. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jaden Blue with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
That's right. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Wide second down, right back to Hunt. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, kill.
Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's Prescott. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This defense for the Chiefs, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Here we go, 46, 46.
To throw is Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A 50-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum, because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
27 more yards. That's another Kansas City.
10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports.
Gain of 27 on the play. And a 1st down, Chiefs.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes gives to Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, but they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kansas City.
Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed it with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They go with Blue between the tackles. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go, 47. Here we go.
Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Yeah! Here we go. 26.
Now Blue trying the right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this 1st half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yeah!
They'll try and run again with Blue. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Prescott off play action. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. The extra point up and good by Auburn. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So after the touchdown, Auburn now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in the conference.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Oh, nice move. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Yellow.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Oh, man, it's Brown. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A quick throw here out to Brown. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ballgame here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. Fighting down inside the 25. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
46.
Prescott. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Prescott to throw it. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah, here we go. Wait,
On play action, Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
47. Yeah.
To the air again, Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
You don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's third and inches.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
The Cowboys field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's second and 7. Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. And penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 94 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 54, go. Here we go. 48. 26.
Throwing, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
27-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Blue. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
This 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 26.
They go again with Blue. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
They look good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, here we go. Like 26.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They hand it off. It's Blue. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. It was Brian Cook who made the tackle. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Yeah! Here we go!
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Yeah! Sliding!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they doubled that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 49 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here we go.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Yeah, here we go.
Now Prescott. taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Here's Prescott. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. This for a 4th quarter lead. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
So the false start will back them up 5. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Mahomes. Now he's going to step up and run. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now loses the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Off the play fake, Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with the grab. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah! Here we go! What do you think?
On the give, this is Blue. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That was shotgun handoff. Blue. Jalen Watson dropped him defensively. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
47.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, that is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy, and they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Here comes 2nd down. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Mahomes going to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. Mahomes will throw. Working the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this one away.
And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. This is 1st and 10. Here's Dak. That's complete to Lamb. Yeah, he'll have a first down, but a great tackle there keeps him from getting to the boundary.
13 yards. And the Cowboys first down.
To throw, Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Here's 2nd down. Prescott. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
Maybe looking for a flag, but they're not going to get one there. They took a shot, hoping to find a way to sneak into field goal range, but it's incomplete, and now with time almost gone, the task gets much more difficult.
Here we go, 40.
Now Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. 1 final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off.
So four quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, we quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he is caught. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A give right side now to Hunt. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. That's a staple of this offense. Drag routes and a tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he gets it down to the 32.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Ooh, a jump. And a hard inside the 20, down to the 17. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously a touchdown would win it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Prescott. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Here's one deep for Pickens. And this is caught at the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. So we've seen this before. He's made 6 already, and now he'll try to become just one of a handful of men to make 7 in a game. Both teams slopping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and we can end it?
We'll get more free football.